All right, all right, all right, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the chat if you can see me, if you can hear me, if you can see my screen too. All right, we're gonna have the opening of the session in 2 minutes. So let me know in the chat if you can. All right, well, so guys, like I explained in the breakdowns today, the current law of day looks at okay, the current law of day looks at so all I want now is retracement inside of an imbalance to go higher and take these targets, and we might keep going higher to take other targets. Okay, so as of right now, well, that's the current scenario. That's the primary scenario. The worst scenario will be like seeing price dropping lower again and set a new low. All right, which means the market can do this, create a new low, and to go to the upside, but that will be the worst scenario because I don't want to see that happen. I want to see price respect this low right now. I don't even want to see price close below the daily open in, let's say, M15 or 1 hour. I don't want that, but it can happen anyway. So let's see what can happen. All right. It's 9:30. We got the opening of the session right now. Right here. So that's 10. That's 11. So that's the pre-market low. Let me check the current low of day. We can see the current low of day set a small manipulation, and it's not the best reaction ever, but you can still consider it. And that's the low of London. We create the low of London right here, and we have the opening of the session, the opening of London, New York right there. So that's pre-market low right there. That's pre-market low, and that's pre-market high. So let's wait. This is a 1 hour. Watch price most likely in the 1 hour. Well, I see higher pricing today, but as you can see, we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours like completely bullish, like five bullish candles. Now let's see if we can have a down candle that will probably come back to the pre-market low, and why not inside of this imbalance to go higher. That's what I want to see. Okay, same thing on ES. We have this imbalance, we have that imbalance too. And the low of London was created right there, and we set we can say that we set the low of day right there, and um so 8 in the morning as the opening, so that's pre-market low right there. All right. So now all I want, guys, is a retracement to go higher. So now if the market just moved to the upside and we don't have the retracement, that will be fine. But the low, the market telling us that the low has been set already. All right. So we know we are bullish right now. And we know we are bullish and we're gonna stay bullish probably. All right. Now it's just the matter is just finding entry confirmations to go to the upside. Okay, we're probably gonna wait around 9:45 and 10. That's 10 to 11, which means the next hourly candle. Let's see if the next hourly candle can give us some confirmation. Okay, right there we have some pin bar, but I don't really care about it right now since I'm not bearish. Well, that will have an impact on the structure. It's if we have a big drop and we can close below the opening of the day, because remember I told you that I don't want to see price close below the date below the daily open in time frames like M15 or 1 hour. Okay. All right, so NQ is dropping lower now. We got a retracement. We got a retracement to the pre-market low. You say the sound is not good. What happened? The sound is not good. What happened? Everything should be fine. I don't know. I haven't changed anything. It's different. What about now? What about now? Let me check. What about now? Should be good, man. Well, I think the fact that I put my headset, I did not change the I did not change the input. I did not check the input. I did not change the input. So nous probably tap tandem de casse là malgré micro. So all right, so we have the retracement to this gap right to this imbalance right here. It's 9:40. We just got 10 minutes in the stream. 10 minutes in the session. Check the comment. All right. I think it was the headset. I forgot to change some settings. Streaming is just like trading. Hey, everything you're doing, you have to pay attention to little details. And sometimes we are human. We not gonna remember to do everything all the time. All right. So yeah, that looks like we're gonna have a divergence right there. But the timing is off. Okay, I don't like the timing. It's not even 45 yet, so I don't appreciate the timing right now. We got a close out of M5 minutes. Well, we got rejection bearish, and then we got rejection both ways on M5, and this candle right there is just started. I'm gonna wait for the 15 minutes to be closed, guys. The timing is not on my favor right now. You all know, like, first 15 minutes I don't execute, and if the market move to the upside, well, it's gonna close the stream. If the market move to the upside, like, just massively and before 45, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I know I'm bullish for sure. It's not even a question. This low is set. I know I'm bullish.
Well, I could just move to the upside like massively right now. I'm not chasing price. It's not the time to chase price right now. Well, it's never the time to chase price. All right, so the market takes this target right now. That's cool. So we got a retracement, and then we move to the upside. But I don't trade before 9:45. You already know that, so that was not my opportunity, anyways. I got a retracement and I got everything, but the timing is off. I don't trade before 9:45, and that's not gonna change. Okay, so don't come in the comment, well, you should have this, you should have that. I don't care. So I don't trade before 9:45, and y'all know that. First 15 minutes is to wait and see what's gonna happen. So now what can we do? We can wait for the next hour to see if we're gonna have opportunity to go to the upside. If we don't have it, well, if the market just launched to the upside, that will be one of these days where like there's no opportunity, and that's it. All right, it's just 45 now. We got the first 15 minutes. It's done. So we got a divergence at the pre-market low, the manipulation right there, and we move to the upside. Okay, everything looks fine. Just the timing for me was not there. The timing is not on my favor. So now, well, we can launch to the upside, and that will be it. We have a next target that's 25,007.75. Actually, it's a target. Remember, we had a target somewhere here. I don't remember exactly where. I'm probably wrong on that. There's no target. Oh, it was on ES, that one. Yeah. I remember I considered that, but that's not the best target we can consider, actually. It's not the best target I can consider, actually. Alright, so I don't trade before the first 15 minutes, guys. So if you wonder why I don't take the trades, and well, I gotta respect my rules before and everything. Okay. Maybe price will retrace again to the lower imbalance and target previous daily high. Maybe just gonna watch. If we don't have anything before 10:30, well, I'm just gonna close the stream and call it a day. There is no need to chase price. There is no need to, like, I know some of you are gonna try too long, exactly right there. well, yes, the market can move to the upside, but that's not my strategy. That's not my game plan. That's not how I operate. So the timing. So drop a like if you like the stream. Like I said, you can, well, if you're not watching me on your phone and while you're watching the market, you can just take a picture and you can tag Libright Academy on Instagram and I will repost it. Check 5 minutes. Well, I'm not saying there is no opportunity for some people, but that's not my opportunity. I don't trade before 9:45. That's my game plan. Man of word. Yeah, man. Trying our best. We're trying our best to keep our composure, to keep our rules, being more patient, and accept the outcome. Okay, the outcome sometimes might be no trade, and I have to accept it. The outcome might be a stop loss. The outcome might be a take profit. Okay, so we got why I consider this low as potential low of day, guys, is because we had a nice manipulation before the previous daily low. We react inside of this we can see this huge gap, and also we had a gap right there. And remember, in the breakdowns and even yesterday we talked about the weekly open right there. Okay, I said the market might come back to the weekly open, since the weekly open is a huge icy candle. Okay, if you're watching the weekly open in 4 hours, for example, it's a huge icy candle. So we expected that. And I studied price last night, and there is nothing price has done, and we did not expect that. It's just the way the market doing it, the way the market did it. It's kind of strange, but it is what it is. Okay, so we came back to the weekly open right there, and then launched to the upside. We are above the daily open. It's a nice manipulation. I don't check YM, and to be honest, I don't care about YM. I don't know what it's doing over there. I don't know if we have divergence, but yeah. So that's the current low of day, and we have the big expansion. All I want is a retracement to keep going higher. So basically, I put the worst scenario, drop below the current day low. Okay, the current low of the day, which is this low. The worst scenario might be like seeing price dropping lower. Okay, if price dropping lower and come below this low, we're gonna have to wait for 1 hour. Let's say, yeah, 1 hour or 4 hours, but that's gonna be most likely 1 hour to show us that the low has been set again. Okay, before we move to the upside. Okay, you have to leave some room for that scenario. Even the low has been set, even the high has been set, because sometimes the market set the highs twice, sometimes the market set the low twice, especially in the recent weeks, where we can see price action doing some weird stuff sometimes. So it happens. All right, it's 9:52. We are very close to the next hourly candle. No rushing, no pressure. Yeah, no pressure, man. No pressure. Especially a week that's been a little bit like couple wins, couple losses. Well, it happens sometimes. Man. this week was not one of these weeks where which I have like a bunch of wins. Actually, this trade from yesterday could have been a win. Okay, one of my I have a friend, I have a brother, not a friend. He was watching this trade on my platform, and the market was around here. That was more than 1 to 2 because my entry was somewhere there. But I was not in front of my screen, and I just let the trade run, and then the market would trace down there, and I'm like, all right, it's whatever. Whatever. So that could have been a win, even though it's a short movement, because the market gave more than 1 to 2. But I just let it run, and that was we don't have the results we wanted, but that was my decision. Okay. So this is the previous day high right there. So now we are 5 minutes away from the hourly candle to be closed, and we probably gonna have a new hourly imbalance. Okay, and that will be my potential next point of interest, to see if we can find an idea to go to the upside. Why I have 3 minutes right there? I don't know. That might be a new point, area of interest. That's gonna be different on ES. It's gonna be different on ES. Well, oh no, wait, what I'm talking about? That's M15. That's M15. Yeah. So basically, if we have in the next hourly candle, the market might drop lower to set the hourly low before we move to the upside. That's what I was talking about. Okay. We're 5 minutes away from a new candle, from a new hourly candle. You maybe your setting is not setting up. Yeah. Next time I have to make sure that I set it right before I put the headset. Three minutes away from the close of the hourly candle. 9:30 stressant, gele map campé trade 9:30. Well, everything will rely on your experience, you know. Everything will rely on your experience. What you have experience is the best teacher. If your experience telling you not to trade 9:30, well, you know what to do. you know what to do. So if it's stressful, and you don't have like good results, because, and probably maybe it's because at 9:30 you like overreacting, or I don't know what might happen. So like 1,000 things might happen at 9:30. So I have someone in the community that trade before 9:30. At 9:30 she doesn't really care, but that's her experience, you know. So not because that's her experience, that should be your experience too. And not because that's your experience, that should be her experience neither. Okay, you might be complaining about 9:30, and someone might say, well, 9:30 is the best time to trade, you know. Trading is about perspective, and that's what people has to understand. When I say I don't trade before 9:45, that's my experience. That's based on my experience. Okay. And since a lot of people watching me, and I'm a mentor and I'm teaching people, I usually tell them, well, based on my experience, I like to wait for the next 15 minutes to just pass by. Because I can't count how many stop losses, how many accounts that I've blown, how many challenges that I've failed just because I wanted to trade at 9:30. And what was a little bit frustrating for me at this time, that was a couple of years ago. It's like most of the time the idea was right, which means the idea I have, it's basically right, but the way the market doing it is too aggressive, and sometimes I got stop loss. And just imagine that you were right, but you still have stop loss. So that was to happen a lot. So I'm like, you know what? If I can just wait for 15 to 30 minutes, my equity curve could have been better. If I could have just wait, my equity curve would have been better. So stay patient. And I'm like, all right, just gonna wait for the 45. Sometimes wait for 10. Okay. Well, don't rush anything. Don't put pressure. Like, don't try to catch exactly where the market gonna do something at 9:30. But that's my experience. Like I said, you know, somebody else might say, well, 9:30 is the best time frame, is the best timing to take a trade. And you can't disagree with someone else's experience. But the problem is, in social media right now, everybody wants to be right, and I don't want to be right. I wanna make money. That's the difference. You see, I don't want to be right. I want to make money. So the imbalance is from there to there. Balance is from there to there. So from 9:30 to 10, we got the first 30 minutes low right there. The first 30 minutes low right there. Yeah, the context remains the same, guys. I still want to see price. I'm still bullish, but I need a retracement. After all of this, we have another hourly bullish candle. Okay, so I still want to see a retracement to go high. I want to see a retracement, and at the same time, I don't want to see price break the daily open and close below it. Okay, so now if we break the daily open in 15 minutes or 1 hour, that's gonna change we're gonna have to create another narrative and try to understand what happened, and to see if we can have a new low of day. The market might set a new low of day and to go higher, because overall like I said, that's what I said on Sunday. That's what I said on Monday. That's what I said yesterday. The weekly open, we drop down to it again in big retracement. All right. So now, yeah, I still want to see a retracement. All right. The market is a little bit overextended. I need a down candle. A retracement. This retracement, I'm not gonna say it was bad, but the timing was off for me. All right. So that could have been an entry for somebody, and TP already ate, and that will be fine. But my rule is like the first 15 minutes, just let it go. You're not gonna die, just let it go. So actually, they take these targets and then they retrace it. We know the targets might create some big downside movement, so we're gonna stay patient and wait. Distress même, depuis me trade 9:30 pour pas bouche moi sèche. Bro, I started doing that, in this week I'm in the green already. I ran put too much minds on the 9:30. Come on, man. You're not gonna miss anything. Okay, that's the first thing you have to understand. Okay, well, you have to drop out the scarcity mindset, because the reason why we're trying to trade exactly at 9:30, a lot of times, well, I'm not saying every time, okay, a lot of time it's because we think that we're gonna miss out, okay, and then we are scared of missing out. Okay, some people, they trade 9:30, it's because of their timing, because they're probably at work or they have other stuff to do. And yeah, so basically some people, like, they have to trade at 9:30. If they can't trade at 9:30, they won't be able to do anything else because they're at work, and that's another circumstance. All right, but sometimes it's because we are afraid to miss out. Well, what you gonna miss? It's just movement in the market. Okay, so and at the same time, you have to, I think that's something, even myself, I have to remind me that, okay, I have to remind that to myself. Hey, you're not a scalper, you're a day trader. I think I have to remind that every single day, because my I can say my mentor is well, he has some position, like trades that's gonna stay for weeks, but most of the time he's taking scalping entries. Okay, and to be honest, I don't want to be a scalper, man. Okay, so that's the new hourly open. Okay, this hour might be the bearish candle, which means we might have some movement to the downside, and the next hour might give us the opportunity. Okay, I'm watching. Okay, so, and at the same time, the retracement might be just inside of this imbalance. We never know, but based on the first 5 minutes we got right now, it does not look bullish yet. Okay, that's the first 5 minutes, and you're gonna have the second 5 minutes based on the hourly open. De jour en jour, ma market la mande plus patience. Yeah, it's well, the market requires a lot of patience, and it's not the thing is it's not one day, it's not 1 week, it's every day, it's every week, it's every month, and not everybody can hold a level of patience 24/7, including myself. All right, I'm not that patient every day. I'm trying to, but not every day. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay. I'm not always patient in the market, and if you might see that too. In some sessions, I'm like patient as hell. In some session, I'm like, bro. It's just because we are human, and it's some things you have to keep working on every single day on your patience. Okay, there is no cap. There is no, all right, that's the highest level of patience we can have. We can have more than that. We cannot have more than that. There is no cap when it comes to be patient, you know. And that's the thing in trading. You gotta be patient every single day, and the level of patience should be high 24/7. Okay, the level of discipline should be high 24/7. You have to be consistent every week. That's the problem. Like, especially in current generation we are in right now. People don't want to be consistent because everybody want to have things very quick, you know. People give up on like gym, like, very quick. Why? Because they don't see the results they wanted. They quit. Same thing on trading, same thing on everything. Because we want results very quick. All right. I've been going to the gym for like 8 months. And I finally post a picture the other day because I'm finally close to the results I want. I started in June and we are in February. Well, I posted, we are in March. Sorry. Okay. I posted it in March. That's a lot of times. That's a lot of time. And even basketball. I haven't played basketball for like months and months. And I started to play basketball like a few months ago. I can finally say that I found my rhythms, and I'm gonna start recording now. Oh yeah, I'm gonna start recording now, bro, because I can feel like, oh, I'm okay. I'm good to play now. But it takes some time, you know. Everything in life takes time. Everything. Sarah said took a sell on the yes H1 imbalance. But see, yes, la fou call na message là but that metel. That's good. I think you're talking about this 1 hour imbalance. You probably take it in 1 minute or something. Yeah, you're a scalper, so that's enough for you for the day. Okay, that might be enough for you for the day. Okay. Talking about this imbalance on each one. I know Sarah can take this long right there, take this short right there, and in less than 30 minutes, you got 2 TP and done for the day. That's the power of being scalper, you know. And I just telling you that I'm not a scalper, and I'm not a scalper, but I'm not gonna criticize anybody, or I'm not gonna criticize a way of trading, because we all come into the market to make money. Well, if you can make money, it's fine. I don't care if you're doing swing, scalp, position, day, you know. All I want is all my people, like people that I know, to make money. Because I know, like, out there we have some mentors and everybody that's scamming people, you know. Yesterday, somebody in Haiti contacted me and telling me they scam him or her. Don't remember if it was a man or woman. $200 for somebody in Haiti, it's a lot, you know. But it is what it is, bro. Actually, please, I want you to pay attention. I want you to really, really be careful with TikTok. Okay, on TikTok, there are like thousands of Libra right now. They stopped for a while, and I don't know what's going on, man. Every time I'm very consistent on social media, like than usual, they come back. Every time, bro. If I don't really post on social media and I don't really do anything, well, they disappear. As soon as I come back, I just post one video on TikTok, they come back. So please, I'm not gonna ask you for money. I'm not gonna ask you to like send me your crypto wallet to do anything like that, guys. I don't need your money, okay? I think being a scalper is better than day trading. None of them are better than the other. It's just a perspective. I just said that a few minutes ago. Trading is about perspective. Okay? And I just made a video about it. With graphic for my video I'm posted by Monyo. I just made a video about it. Well, société a fait nous grandir. It's like either black or white, li pa ka nan mitan, li pa ka gris. Okay, this is what we call the all or nothing mindset, the all or nothing thinking, way of thinking, I can say. It's not good. Okay, and the other day, I don't remember where I've heard that somebody said, well, poor people knows everything. All right, rich people, they know leader. Okay, if you are so like a profitable trader, which one is better, scalping or day? It's gonna tell you, well, do what works for you. But if you was a scammer or somebody that was not profitable, you're gonna say like scalper is better or swing is better, or day trading is better, based on what it's doing, you know. That's how you know somebody's not profitable. Because when you're profitable, you don't care about none of these things. You don't care. You just don't care. You don't care. When you're profitable, you don't care. You have nothing to prove to anybody. Or nothing to prove to anybody. Alright. So, well, let's refresh real quick. We had this upside target. Okay, we had a bunch of pending orders right here, and as you can see, those pending orders, the market just like at 9:30 we moved to the upside. We took them, and then we react right away. Why do we react right away? Like I usually explain to y'all, these areas have a lot of liquidity. That's why you need them when you want to trade. When you want to go to a certain direction, either you are bullish, or you are bearish, Okay, you need a target. You need some things like this. Well, if you're trading my strategy, right? Well, if you're trading other strategy, you're probably gonna have something else. Okay, but yeah, you need some areas like that because you know they have pending orders. That's basically why you can see the market just take it and react massively because they feel all of the orders we have right there. Okay, they feel all of them. Well, not all of them, but they feel most of them. Okay, because people gonna consider these as like resistance. They're gonna wait for break and retest to go higher. Some people gonna wait for price to come exactly in this area to sell massively. Okay, and then what's happened? The market take their stop loss and then go to their direction, and they're gonna be very mad right now. And some others, like, they're gonna have some, well, the market will give them some miles, I mean some inches, and take miles. All right, and me personally, my objective is to go to that direction. Okay, but as you can see, 930, that was 935, that was 940, 945. We were basically exactly right there. We already take the target. So basically, it's not, they take the targets before 945. Okay, so, and my rules said that, well, you don't trade before 945. Okay, I would rather see price going to my direction and don't take like a trade because I respect my plan than having a stop loss because I did not respect the plan. That's different. Yeah, that's totally different, you know. I saw you laughing. I don't know why you're laughing. Probably because I said profitable people, they don't care. For real. They don't care, bro. They don't care about it. See, bro. See what market can do. Alright. A new day, another day. Man, this week, the market tests my patience. The market tests my discipline. The market tests everything this week, bro. Everything. Well, it happens. So now the market is coming back to this inversion. I'm not bearish right now, which means I can't really paying attention to it. Okay, I still have this context in place. Wait for retracement too long. Wait for retracement. You see, wait for retracement. So of course I expect a retracement. The only thing I don't want to see is I don't want to see the retracement to break the daily open. Like in 15 minutes or 1 hour, I don't want to see that. Okay, I don't want to see that. So now in the current hourly candle we are in, it doesn't look bullish yet, which means that might be the bearish, that might be the retracement, and the next hour might be the movement to the upside. We don't know. We're just gonna wait and see. Now let me try to clean some stuff on my screen. I think I have too much stuff. We already manipulate the pre-market high, low, sorry. You don't really have to pay attention to it. What else? Kind of like this retracement right there. Let's see if we can have more conviction. Let's see if we can have more conviction. If we can move to the upside and break above this candle in the 15 minutes. Well, that's also an hourly candle. The hourly open, that will be also an IC candle. Yes, fait manipulation dans pre-market low ak H1. Well, nous tourner dans imbalance H1, but beaucoup ka dit que nous gen manipulation. Nous just gen un mouvement qui paraît reaction, but nous beaucoup ka dit que li manipulé. Okay. Well, the manipulation is when you have a reaction. Okay. The market comes at the low and then you have a reaction. Well, the reaction with conviction, of course, right? If you don't have it, you can't really say the market has created manipulation. Let me make a research about something. Not that. I trade my point, guys. Why is ça really marché? Trying to see where can I find this. I'm not taking any trade, guys, so don't worry about that. Because no drop CV, let me take my lap and pass a position up. No, there is no confirmation right now. Just watching price. Si bougie 10 heures pour 11 heures, aller close en bas prix, market low, c'est la confirmation que je n'ai ça à pour la probability pour moi. Okay, so you mean if we can break below the pre-market low, well, we're probably gonna have to say the high of the day has been set, and then yeah, makes sense, because if you have the high set, you have the low set, we're probably gonna stay in between for like hours and hours. So I understand what you said, Lazo. So yeah, so I think you're talking about NQ on NQ. Yeah, if we break in 1 hour, you're probably gonna have the confirmation that the high has been set, and if the low is set and the high is set, we're gonna stay in the middle like for a long period of time. I think I understand what you mean, Lazar, and I totally agree with that. I'm just waiting. I wanted to see a retracement. We got it, but now we're just gonna wait and see if we can have a confirmation. I think if there is something that this week has taught us is to stay patient. Be patient. If it's not there, it's not there. Mm. Coach, gen yon problem greedy. Chaque mwen fin soti an profit nan yon trade, mantri ankor, e majorite fwa sa ou m fini an SL bourgeois. Ki solisyon pou sa? Well, the solution now, you have to first be aware of why you're taking another trade. You have to be aware of, like, you have to bring awareness to this decision, because every decision there is a reason behind it. You probably not paying attention to the reason, but the reason is still there. So you want to take another trade because do you have to pay the bills, or do you have an emergency, or you waiting for this trade to give you money to do something, or like something like this, for example, okay? Or you probably having pressure on you. Well, you can't go to work, or you're not working. There is a reason behind this type of decision, and you have to be aware of it. Okay, you can't change something you're not aware of. Okay, you cannot. You have to like bring awareness to this decision. Okay, why I want to take another trade even though I have a profit days? Why I think like $500 is not enough? I should have made 1,000. Why I think that 2,000 is not enough? I have to make 5,000. Qui ça qui pousse me prendre décision ça? Qui ça qui fait ma prendre décision ça? That's the first thing. All right. So now, let's say if the reason is because, well, I'm just an example. I'm not saying that's what's going on, all right? But there is something behind the scene that you have to pay attention to. Okay. Well, give me a second. We have this. That's the first 30 minutes low right there. We can see how price drop down right there. What time is it? It's 31. That's the candle 1030, right? 1030 to 1050 to 1035. What I'm saying. Well, just watch it. So yeah, what I was saying is like you gotta ask yourself why you're doing this. Okay. But some people, it's not none of these things. It's just they are greedy naturally. And now you're gonna have to do a deeper work than that. You have to make a deeper, like, you have to go deeper than that. Okay, you have to start showing gratitude. And like I was saying the other day, if you feel empty, qui est-ce qui poste bail ça? Quoi c'est juste nek poste bail ça hier? La solitude, c'est pas l'absence des autres, c'est l'absence de soi. Okay. It's the same thing with like being ungrateful. You know, like you probably are not showing gratitude enough for what you already have. So in your mind, you have to keep chasing the next thing. You have to keep chasing the next trade, the next car, the next thing, the next shoes, the next whatever, the next phone, the next laptop, because in your mind it's never enough. And somebody that has this mindset, you're gonna have to work a lot. And unfortunately, in the current generation, in the current era we are in right now, they don't want you to do that. They want you to keep chasing the next thing. They want you to keep chasing the next thing, and then like the next thing you know, you have everything but you still have nothing. You feel me? You keep chasing, all right? The society like trying to tell you like you have to keep chasing, and nothing is enough. You never got enough. And the next thing you know, you have everything in life, but you still have nothing. You still feel empty because in your mind, you thought that as soon as I have the next thing, I will be happy. As soon as I have the next car, as soon as I have this amount of money, I will be happy. Well, being happy is a choice, okay? Having enough is a choice too. Like, considérer que voilà, moi j'ai assez, son choix fait pour ça. And n'importe moun qui bon m'pa di n'importe moun, ça c'est nan bail que apprendre moi tout dans scout, OK? Ou ka toujours travailler pour gagner plus, mais faut qu'on montre gratitude pour ça gagner déjà. D'ailleurs ça ka faut gagner plus tout. Okay, that's another subject. That's another thing. Even though they are related together, but it's a little bit different, you know, because like everything is connected, okay? And trading is about like personality and everything, you know. Like I was saying in the previous podcast, you have to start feeling you have enough even though it's not enough. Well, people don't really accept that. I'm not telling you to romanticize your current situation, okay? That's what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, you know. Il va comme si tu as un problème là pour romantiser ou bien sur bagay l'argent pour romantiser. Of course, romantiser. But ou suppose montrer que okay, just because I'm going côté pour me dormir, it's not, well, it's bad. I'm probably in a bad situation right now, but it's not the worst. At least I can drink water. At least I can eat. At least I can walk. Many people cannot working. Many people don't have home. Like they sleeping in the street. You know, you start showing gratitude for all of these things, and all of a sudden you will find that you will see that even though you keep working to achieve your dreams, your goals, and everything, but you're not gonna chase anything. Because inside you already feel grateful, okay? You feel grateful, you feel enough. Probably not enough to go to Dubai, not enough to flex, but you're gonna feel enough just by showing gratitude, okay? And showing gratitude is also something that's gonna hurt your breath rate, your heart, okay? And that's gonna help you now. The fact that that's gonna like slow down or make you have control on your breath, the way you breathe, you're gonna like be more patient, you know, and you're not gonna have like the greediness, you know. You're not gonna be greedy when the market give you some profit. You're gonna say, all right, that's enough for the day, let me call it a day. Today was just $300. Tomorrow might be 1,000. Tomorrow might be 2,000. Just imagine that if you just take your $200 today, and then tomorrow the market will reward you like 1,000 or 2,000 just because you stayed patient. But because you were greedy, you make $200 and you say that's not enough. Why? Because you go on social media and you see that somebody else making 10,000, and you're like, well, my $200 is worthless, and now you feel empty. When you made it, it was good, but as soon as you saw somebody on social media making 10,000, for example, you felt like, well, my $200 is nothing, and I gotta do more. Well, this is positive and negative at the same time, because some people can inspire you, right? That's not jealousy, Okay, but at the same time, you have to master yourself to feel like to say, okay, that's enough for today. All right, that's enough for today. And that's not something you're gonna fix in just 2 nights or 2 days, bro. It takes me times to be patient, and I have to do all of these things, bro. Can we consider this inverted? Well, I don't know if you're talking about this inverted on M15 and this imbalance. The market is showing sign of sell side delivery, I can say, but I'm not gonna take that, guys. People ask me if they can consider this inversion. What inversion? Sorry. Talking about this inversion, I don't know, but in reality there is no trade. Okay, remember this hourly candle, this candle in 1 hour might be bearish. Okay, and that's what I've been saying since 9:30. Okay, the 10 to 11 might be a bearish candle, and then probably after that the next hour can give you something like this. Okay, and okay, but I don't see any opportunity right now. Okay, let's preserve our capital. If there is no trade, there is no trade. No need to rush. Okay, now just imagine that somebody thought, well, I'm gonna miss the move, let me take the entry right there. Okay, 9:45. I can bet on that somebody in the community felt that I'm gonna miss out, let me just take an entry right there to keep going higher. Well, soit déjà fait stop loss ou bien I don't know. Oh, c'est que passer comme ça. Aïe aïe aïe. All right, that looks like a sell side delivery. Well, why I use the word sell side, I don't know, but that looks like a market that wants to go lower. Okay, so in 15 minutes, if we close below the daily open, just gonna close my stream and everything, because I don't trust that to sell, and I'm not gonna trust that to long neither. And we're probably gonna have the worst scenario, okay, right there, which is drop below the current low of day. Somebody said that the market only this market about dominage, bro. The session started at 9:30. It's 10:41. That's just 1 hour and 11 minutes. That's too long for you to wait. Just wait. We don't have no divergence. This is too long for you to wait. C'est le qu'on fait celle les cas supprimer et celle-là est en account l'emboulé. Yeah. Just waiting for the account, and somebody out there praying for price to reverse, you know. I expect a retracement. That's what I put. That's why I put it there. Wait for retracement. Wait for retracement. So now there is like something else, because yes, I need a retracement, but I don't want to see a retracement that will close below the daily open, bro. If we close below the daily open, I'm not gonna like it. I'm just gonna close the stream and call it the day. I probably I will probably sleep today. At 3 p.m. I gotta do something. I have like call with my private student at 3 p.m. Can catch a nap before that. Let me check real quick. Dubai is empty now. Well, Dubai is not empty, brother. It's not. It's not really empty. Well, people are leaving, but it's not empty. Dans scénario sa coach, est-ce qu'il y a ici dans 5 minutes là pas qu'à considérer comme un true foul break, inverted IPM 15 dans l'air? I'm lost. If market close it above for sure, Sui S, Tayon Icolo 6702. D'or, là, c'est toujours pas proposition avec liquidité en bas. 6702. Oh yeah, we're talking about all of this liquidity. Yeah, all of this liquidity, bro. Sarah, pas prendre ça, Sarah. That's enough for Sarah, guys. Green bougie, Sarah, enough for Sarah. $15 more minutes to close the stream. 15 more minutes to know if I'm gonna take trades today or not. And yeah, I will call it a day. Today is Friday. It's not the day to force anything. It's not the day to lose the profit you've made during the week. If you've made profit, and even though if you didn't, oh sorry, on this là. Even though if you didn't make any profit, well, don't lose the account on Friday. So now right now, the low looks set, and then the high looks set, and then we are in the middle. That's low probability environment for me. Okay, so see you next Monday. See you next Monday. Still gonna watch price to see what's going on in the market right now. See what's going on during the week, during the day. Faut quitter habitude ça, bon, li pas bon. Nous tout passer là, mais pas un bon bagay. What is it? Je me connais dit bon, qui me pèse à 40 ça, je dis à bagay ça doit. That's great, sir. Maybe Asian has been manipulated. Yep. Well. We are having the retracement. I don't know if we're gonna have the confirmation too long. Yeah, so if the market created the upside target, that could have been a nice thing, but we don't have it yet. Okay. still got 11 minutes in this hour, and not much to say. Well, Giovanni, if you took the trade, bro, that's good. Well, I expected some retracement because we have 6 hours of bullish price action. Okay, we have 6 hours. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of bullish price action. Okay, so you gonna expect some retracement. Why? Because people that bought this movement, they're gonna put their stop loss like below some lows, below some stuff, and you gotta wait for retracement. Okay, so now after the retracement, well, like I said, I'm paying attention to the daily open, because if we close below the daily open, that might be a sign that telling us the high of the has been set, and low of day set, high of day set. Well, you can choose either one of them to keep going to the direction. Okay, because if we got the high set, you can say, all right, coach, I consider this as the potentially high of day and retracement to go lower, but that's not the target. Or if we can, somebody can say, oh, coach, I still see price retrace, but we're gonna react to go higher. Okay, because now that's a manipulation right there, and that's a manipulation right there. Okay, but my attention goes to the daily open. So even though I put all of these things, but I didn't take the trades. It's not my trade anyways. Now I'm just paying attention to the daily open. And if we just drop lower, if you know the market cycle, that will be like the first distribution, the second distribution, the third distribution, and the fourth distribution. Okay, and all of these highs will stay open, and whenever the market will create the first accumulation, we're gonna take all of these highs, and that's kind of what I probably wanted to see today. Okay, drop and to keep going higher and take 1 and 2 and 3, but none of these are targets. The target is basically right there, so that's why I expected that. No, just one of these. Okay. But we still get it right though. We still get it right. Wait for retracement too long. Worst scenario, drop below current day low. So if we drop below the current day low, we're gonna have the worst scenario. Just watch price, maybe Monday. Ou même ça, ou même ça cap just watch price et puis Monday là. Mais on bouille ça m'ba quoi non men. On bouille ça m'ba quoi non. All right. So guys, see you on Monday. No trade for me today, no opportunity. We will see on Monday 8:30. I will be live on my French channel, and at 9:30 we will be live here for another session. And it was a pleasure to be here with you. It was a good week. I never say it's a bad week. No, it doesn't matter how the results came or like what happened. It's always a good week. See you next week.